Now, how to build an aesthetic body so fast it feels illegal. Now, before we get into this, you might be thinking to yourself, why should you listen to me? Why should I listen to this guy? Well, this is how I looked like in high school, and this is what I look like right now. So, that is why you should listen to me. But I'm gonna just get right into it. The first thing that you need to do in order to build an aesthetic body so fast it feels illegal is just starting small. If you have access to a gym, just go in there for 3 times a day per week. That is it. And when you go in there, go into that area where it's all machines. What we're doing right now is just starting out small. If you just went right into like the actual workout routine, you would give up. That is why it's like what I did at first was just go into that little area where it's all machines. I did a full body routine, just started out small, just so I could get consistent, just get the habit of just going into the gym. Is when you're able to do that. Do that for at least 1 month. That is all. Just 30 days of just going into the gym. You don't even have to spend that much time in there. You could spend at least 30 minutes. And it's when you're able to do that, that is when you'll be ready to do the actual workout routine, which I'm going to talk about later in this video. Now, the second thing is diet. What I used was an app called MyFitnessPal. That is a paid version. But if you want to use one that's free, there's also an app called Chronometer. I use MyFitnessPal because I just like the look of it and it was just a little bit more easier to track things down. So you put in your weight, your height, you do all the measurements and the requirements that you need to do, and then you are able to set what it is that you want to accomplish. So I did a pound per week. And then after that, it will tell you what it is that you need to eat, how many calories every single day to get to that. So for an example, if you're trying to gain 1 pound per week, it might tell you that you need to eat 3,000 calories. And now you buy foods and then just eat that amount every single day. So whatever it is that you eat throughout the day, just track it. I'm not gonna lie, I was like a lunatic on this. Like I was serious. Like I tracked everything as well as getting a weight. It was like I got something to weigh my food. And the foods that I was eating during the time was I was eating rice, brown rice, I was eating chicken, I was having broccoli as well. Sometimes I would switch it up and then I would have brown rice and salmon. I was just really eating that. Like that was really the main thing. It was like brown rice and chicken, salmon, and broccoli, and as well as pasta. Some people might be like, oh, carbs. Oh no, don't eat carbs. But again, I was skinny. I was just trying to put on the most amount of weight. I was just really trying to bulk. Every other week, I would have a cheat meal. So it's like I would be doing that for maybe like 2 weeks. And then the next week, it's like I would be eating that, but at least one day I would have like Five Guys just to kind of just be in this place where I wasn't always strict eating chicken, rice, and broccoli, just something to kind of spice it up. And then for the supplements, for whey protein, I would take Optimum Nutrition. I'll have something pop up. I had that in the morning and then right before I went to bed. And then for creatine, I would take the GNC creatine monohydrate. I have something pop up as well. And now for the actual routine. This is the routine that exploded for me. This was the one that 10 times accelerated me being able to have an aesthetic body. Now for push day, I did overhead shoulder press, incline bench press, lateral raises, and tricep push downs. Now for pull day, I did pull-ups. I did the assisted one and then I worked my way to just doing regular pull-ups. And then bent over rows, lat pull downs, and then bicep curls. And then for legs, I did squats, leg extensions, calf raises, and then lying leg curls. And now for the accessory workouts. For the neck, I grabbed a towel and then I did neck curls. And then for abs, I did hanging leg raises. And then for forearms, I did barbell wrist curls. Now, I was doing this for a good 8 months. It was like really close to a year of just really working out like this and eating so much. And then after a year of this, that is when I went on a cut. Now you go back into your app, MyFitnessPal or Chronometer, and now you are doing a deficit. So it's like now we are trying to lose pounds. So what I did was I tried to lose half a pound per week, and then you put that in, and then it will tell you what it is that you need to eat now every single day for calories. So at first it might have been 3,000 calories plus for you, but with the deficit, maybe you are down now to 2,900 calories or 2,800, whatever it is. You look at that and now you just go from there. Now that means you just need to eat less. That's all it is. What I did as well was go out on walks. I'd go out on walks for cardio. That was like my way of doing cardio. But yeah, that is how to build an aesthetic body so fast that it feels illegal. Now, if you want a more in-depth video on this, I have a video popping up talking about my full detailed guide on building an aesthetic body. And always remember to keep going.